It's a pleasure once again to have you back with me for our day 47. We have exactly 2 more days before we complete our 7 week spiritual journey. Day 47, debt often prevents you from giving as you should. How does debt prevent us from giving? Proverbs 22 verse 7 reads, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." Any person who has taken loan will know how that feels, to be a servant to the lender. So what should we do in that kind of situation? Romans 13 verse 8 tells us that let no debt remain outstanding, except the continuing debt to love one another. For he who loves his fellow man has fulfilled the law. So we are asked, or we are required as Christians or faithful followers of Christ to complete our debts if we do have some debt. Because Psalms 37 verse 21 and 22 reads, "The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously. Thus the Lord blesses those the Lord blesses will inherit the land." So when we borrow, we have to repay, basically. So how does that affect our giving? The book Counsels on Stewardship, page 258 by Ellen G. White, it gives us some insight. I'll read a quotation from that that reads, "Some have not come up and united in the plan of systematic benevolence, excusing themselves because they were not free from debt. They plead that they must first owe no man nothing, but the fact that they are in debt does not excuse them. I saw that they should render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God things that are God's. Some feel conscientious to owe no man anything, and think that God can require nothing of them until their debts are paid. Here they deceive themselves." Listen carefully to that. Here they deceive themselves. They fail to render to God the things that are His. Everyone must bring to the Lord a suitable offering. Those who are in debt should take the amount of their debts from what they possess and give a portion of the remainder. So we are still required to return what is rightfully God in any debt situation. So before going into debt, we must first consider our tithes, our offerings, our main needs like food and shelter, like bills. Those key things need to be considered and factored in, and then which one of them you feel that you will sacrifice, and I hope it's not tithes and offering before you take a loan and go into debt, because we are still required to faithfully return what is rightfully God's. So an unknown author said, why are so many people in debt? The answer to that question is they believe in spending tomorrow's money or cash today. So we have to plan, because Proverbs 21 verse 5 said, "The plan of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." So we have to plan properly, and our spending, our income in such a way that when we go into debt, we do not compromise our faithfulness to God. Thank you. That's for our day 47. This is the book that I've been using. It's titled, "You Are Invited on a 7-Week Spiritual Journey to a More Generous Life." You can pick a copy for yourself in any Adventist book center or ABC. Thank you, and God bless.